Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for tuning in to the Queen Tulsa show. We have some coverage. We got word in that YouTubers are creating content, right? And however, there is a misconception. There is a lot to break down. Let's go ahead and sit on down. There's a lot to break down when we talk about marriages and relationships. And speaking of a public relationship on a popular show, Love and Marriage Huntsville. And you have content creators that are, saying what this woman should have, could have did. All the while, they have a past. hmm They have a past. And when I say a past traumas are never easy for anyone. We go through things as young people, and we have to pay for these things later on in life. hmm And so I was, just observing and watching content. And I just said, well, if we want to give a backstory, a mother's love is everything. And for individuals not to have or been able to experience that, give me 1 second. It affects their adulthood. It affects their adulthood and how they navigate and how they deal with people. And that's my opinion. Okay. So when we talk about the content creators that are doing this, I want to talk about the $25 child support. What if we were still in the times where, the man had to pay $25 for child support? hmm Oh, yeah. $25 for child support? Ma'am, we have to remember where we come from. And just because today is up for us, it could be any one of us tomorrow. It could be any one of us tomorrow. I think the content creators are giving Melody a hard time. And then these are Black women that are so pressed to take another Black woman down. I say use some of that energy for the women that interrupt homes. And it doesn't matter if the home was happy or not. You interrupted a home with the foolishness, with the lack of empathy. What the person failed to realize is childhood trauma, and I'm going to speak on to Ariane as well. That childhood trauma lasts with a child forever. That's just something that just doesn't go away. You can go to therapy, you can, talk about it, but that pain and that memory, it lasts forever. It lasts forever. And so when we talk about the Black content creators that grew up a certain way, that grew up without a father, that grew up and went through things that a child should not have went through. Children are innocent. They didn't ask to be here. They didn't ask to be here. And what bothers me is the lack of compassion of media personalities, you know? And then it's like when something happens in their life, they want somebody to be easy on them, but you've always got your foot on the gas with everyone else. And, you know, I feel like when you're someone of a particular age and you're just going around, you know, just want to be in the mess, want to be in the trending news, and you know you are not in it for good reasons. You're in it to get your rocks off and to make a person feel down. But you know, when I step up and I say something, oh, she don't have the right to do that. Well, you're not out here making a good example. You're not setting the example. And it's some of our elders in the community that have dropped the ball to the younger generation. The reason why I say that is because they are still passing down misinformation, that vibe, that grudge that we don't see in the forefront. But yeah, this is how it goes. And then we have to look at the time that we're in, the social media area. Everybody wants a like, a view, and a click. But at what expense? You can work with people and make a difference, but instead of making solutions, we just more problems, more problems, more problems, and people are okay with that. Let's keep the fire going. This is what it's calling for. This is what I'm about. I just have to call people out. Like that lady. Like, how about you start working on your relationship with your daughter in New York? That'll be a start. You know, this is what I be saying. When people, they have so much to say and their backyards are full of mess. We got this lady online that's talking about somebody's husband and their relationship, and she can't even hold down a relationship with her daughter because her daughter, in my opinion, in my head, from observation from videos, her mother needs to grow up and stop acting like a child. 50-something-year-old woman hanging around young people, still trying to get her moment. Damn, all about the tea didn't give you your moment. I mean, y'all ran that in the ground so you couldn't run it no more. Yes, I'm calling her out. And if anybody, I'm this story is about Melody and this YouTuber that was receiving, her mother received $25 child support in her younger years. And her dad wasn't in her life. But Melody has a husband that procreated. That baby was made out of love. Not one before. The jealousy of it all. The steps people will take to get their moment. Let's talk about it. Stand up for us, sisters. Stop putting sisters down. Stop putting sisters down. Lift up. Lift up another sister. And I'm calling this lady out because she's been on social media been running in packs and doing the most. I say there's still some healing that needs to go on from observation. For somebody that loves to just sit up and mess and wonder why they don't feel good. Mhm. Melody is giving the best that she's got with what she has. And when we see a sister going through such a traumatic situation, we we should definitely support her. I mean, you do it in church when they say, "Oh, give prayer." You don't have to know what's going on, but you give that prayer. We're all human. We all fall short. Nobody's perfect. But let's be mindful on our own experiences as we are giving content out. And that's why I say, some people they just come with their hurt all the time. They just want to bring their hurt to the table. This is not a therapy session. And then sitting up crying with your therapist, ma'am, you're not getting nothing out of that. Let me tell you something. If I'm in there and I'm talking to my therapist and we both in there crying, no, ma'am, I need somebody strong. No, no, ma'am, this is not a therapy session for you. This is for me. Mhm. Oh yeah. She said, me and my therapist was crying. You need to get you another therapist, love. Let's talk about it farm fresh. Yo, Wesley, struggles as single parents. That's mother or father, single parent. Two heads is always better than one. Two heads is always better than one. And if you were man enough or woman enough to lay down and create life, you should be man enough, woman enough to stand by your responsibility. Black women have been at the end of the line since the line was formed. The black woman gives us birth. Like without the black woman, we wouldn't be here. Coloreds, speaking of us, but uplift and praise other races and things like that. Y'all don't find nothing wrong with that? America, we need to wake up. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. Hey, Sonya. Sonya says hello. Hmm. Let's talk about growing up. What was your experience like? What were some strides and challenges that you faced and your family faced Were you a product of a single parent home? Are you currently married? Are you family oriented? How do you act in your household? And I'm going to be exposing this woman by the name of Deanna, or whatever her name is. There was this Buddhist group that I was a part of, and I wanted out. And I just wanted my number out the group. There was a situation, there was a text message that was sent, and I said, take me out. At that point, everybody knew, or the person that was over this second group knew, that I did not want to be in that group. And she decided to go left and say some stuff that just was a misrepresentation of poor representation to the Buddhism community. Back to the story. So we're addressing content creators that are, they getting $25 a month for child support. Oh, I'm giving commentary, so the person that may be watching, they'll know it. They know exactly what I'm talking about. Wait, 8 Martell dated old girl from Real Housewives of Atlanta. Yeah, Sheree. But you have these content creators on here that want to point out this woman's flaws and all. And I'm here to bring out their flaws and all. Let's inform everybody about your shortcomings and how your mother, was pedaling around, chasing men around on the army base. These are out of this woman's own words. And I just have questions. Why would you go after another woman when you know what your mother had been through with men, with having a child, and being left without any explanation? This woman did everything in her might and her power to keep her family together. Us as Black women, we already know how it goes in a Black household. So stop fronting. I don't care how much money you got, how good you're living today, baby. You still got a past. People want to put their noses up at folks. Oh, I got this. Oh, I got that. Guess what? It could all be wiped out tomorrow. You talking about your mother's nasty? You're nasty. You're a product of your environment. Go really talk to somebody, and not to somebody that's going to be sitting there crying with you. You need somebody strong. Thank me later. But it bothers me when women just try to take down other women, just like, come on now. And you have too much time on your hands. Like I said, go establish your relationship with your daughter. Stop buying your children's love. You don't have to do that. I can tell you from experience, children want time. Because time turns into memories. Objects turns into trash. We need to wake up, America. We got to start clearing our minds and cleaning out that garbage so we can be better for people. I'm not interested in following people that just want to get downright malicious and just want to destroy people for no reason. I've never met happy people that want to destroy people. And self-reflection, self-evaluation. At one point in time, that lady's mother was asking her for her check that she had worked for. Controlling. They call it trauma that's passed on. Did you really heal? Did the internet make it worse? Give somebody grace. Give people grace. Offer change. Be an example. Be a leader. Make that contagious. At the rate that people are dropping, people really need to be trying to be happy. Be happy. It's free and it's easy. It don't cause you no stress. Just be happy. So this week, I want us to go into being happy, showing grace, and share a story with somebody. Now, maybe something that you had overcome that you just didn't think that you would be able to do it, or you were in a situation, you come out of it. Show somebody that this week. They can do anything they put their mind to. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. And to my elders out there, let's stop dropping the ball and let's help the next generation. Let's interrupt the misinformation. One soul at a time. Not change their beliefs, but offer a solution. So on this Sunday, I'm going to go ahead and do read our daily devotional. And I just want us all to be encouraged. Like I said, this week coming in, the week starts today. Sunday reflection. Everyday glory. Prioritizing spiritual disciplines is one way we express gratitude and love to our Savior. To get the most out of this devotion, set aside some time to read the scriptures referenced throughout. Have you ever tithed, volunteered at church, attended a Sunday service, or spent time in prayer? Of course I have. You're probably thinking, but did you think of such activities as kingdom building, mission sustaining work, It's easy to accept these regular practices as essential to the formula of Christian life. You might even think they're basic, but in those small acts, you're actually doing something great. You're demonstrating that you treasure everything God has provided you. Through generous giving, service, and worship, you're not simply being a good steward. You're offering these gifts back to Him in love. Think about it. Take a moment to consider the gifts God has given to you, talents and abilities, opportunities you've received, or things you own. Now ask God to help you enjoy them and to reveal ways they can bring Him glory. Paul wrote to the Corinthians, whatever you do all things for the glory of God. 1 Corinthians 10:31. In which areas do you feel confident you're already doing this? What other areas could bring Him glory? On that note, you all have a beautiful, prosperous, abundance of happiness on this beautiful Sunday. And we will see you soon. Until next time, so long. Check out QueenTulsa.com. Subscribe, it's free, no charge. Get updated every time we post a blog and the updates. Shout out to Sonya. We're out.